guys have... It's the SKOR North Twins Show.
SKOR North Twins Show, extra innings. Twins won a game. Let's talk about it. They take game 2 over the Cleveland Guardians. They need to burn a bunch of pitchers. They need to burn Griffin Jax again. They make you walk the plank, don't they? Those Minnesota Twins do. But hey, a win's a win. The words of Vin Diesel, winning is winning. It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Hit the like button, subscribe button on the SKOR North Twins Show YouTube channel. I know things have been bleak. Things haven't gone the Twins' way. But we will still be here on the SKOR North Twins Show to provide you great access, reaction, and whatnot. So hit the like button, subscribe button. Appreciate everyone that has supported the SKOR North Twins Show. Twins hold on, and they bounce back after yesterday's debacle. They win 4-1 over the Cleveland Guardians. They end up kind of recapping and rebounding after a weird game yesterday. It looked like they could have once again been heading to their 5th loss. I looked this up. I did not want to send this tweet, but the sports dad in me, always looking, for ambulance chasing, I wanted to figure out if they were to lose another game when leading after 7 innings, how many times has that happened over the last few weeks, especially in the last month? It's happened 4 times. This would have been the 5th time, and before it happened the first time, or the first of those times, was August 20th at San Diego, the infamous game with that one. Before that, the Twins had lost just 1 game when leading after 7 innings. But even though they made things a little wonky and nervous there, the Twins end up holding on for a 4-1 win. And I believe the magic number, if my St. Cloud State math is correct here, is now down to 10. It was 11 coming into today. It is now down to 10. I'm recording this at about 8:20 p.m. Central Time on Tuesday night. Royals and Tigers are in the middle of their game, so if the Tigers lose, that magic number will then fall again to 9 for the Twins. That's right. Single digits. Single-digit magic number for the Twins. Look out. After all this chaos and whatnot, the Twins could be in position to become closer to potentially clinch. We'll see what happens. But a little bit of highlights from this game here on the SKOR North Twins Show. Matt Wallner continues to kind of be, I know he hasn't necessarily been swinging the best bat over the last few weeks. However, he has been probably their most consistent player in the second half. He's been in the lineup for the majority of the season. He had a great game today, got the Twins offense on the board single-handedly, and the Twins did most of their damage with 2 outs today. And yes, they left a lot of men on yesterday, and look, 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position with 7 left on. Still isn't ideal, but they were able to do enough. They were able to scratch across enough to hold off the Guardians. So Matt Wallner with another big game. Willie Castro with probably his biggest hit since the All-Star break. He hadn't had an extra base hit all month. He hits a clutch home run, a 2-run blast in the 8th inning to give the Twins a little extra wiggle room, some insurance runs there in the 8th. And Willie, who has not looked like the same player since making the All-Star game, I'm sure that felt pretty good for him to get a big swing. And the Twins did have to tax that bullpen. Duran ended up pitching the 8th. He started out there for the 9th before Griffin Jax had to be called upon to finish things out for the last 2 outs. So Duran, Jax has threw 8 pitches tonight, I believe 24 yesterday. So Jax certainly unavailable tomorrow. Maybe even unavailable to close things out on Thursday for the final game against the Guardians this season. But Zebby Matthews was the one who got the ball to start this one. Zebby did fine. I think you take this stat line every single time you get it from Zebby. 4 2/3, 5 hits, just 1 run, 5 strikeouts, did give up the 1 home run, 76 pitches, didn't get the 3rd time through the order, which is fine. Like, you got to be 5 and fly guy with a lot of these rookie arms. You just have to accept that this is going to be kind of their fate. Twins got to see Cole Irvin in his Twins debut. He just needed 3 pitches to get out of the inning. And he is not postseason eligible, by the way. So even though Cole Irvin made a lot of starts for Baltimore, Twins claimed him. You might be seeing some more Cole Irvin probably down the stretch if the Twins season gets a little more comfy there. But he is not postseason eligible because he was not on the Twins 40-man roster before September 1st. But he did take Jorge Alcala's spot, who has been struggling mightily over the last month. In full disclosure, I wouldn't be shocked at all if Jorge Alcala is actually still on the Twins playoff roster, if they're able to make it, when they begin a wild card round series. He might just need some time off, might need some time to fix some things. He was on that green line shuttle, basically, from April through June multiple times, and then really settled in and developed a nice late inning role there, June, July, into mid-August before the Texas game. But over those last month, in ERA north of 9, everyone hitting off him, 5 home runs surrendered. So maybe just a little break for him, for a guy who also hasn't thrown a lot of innings in the last few years. So I wouldn't be shocked if he's still back on the playoff roster tomorrow. But Twins had to use Cole Irvin, Cole Sands, Ronnie Henriquez. I think actually that was maybe the most interesting thing we may have learned tonight. Henriquez had to get a high leverage situation there in the 7th inning, and he delivered, man. 10 pitches, did allow 1 hit, but Ronnie's probably going to have to be asked upon to get some big outs here, and he might be fighting for his chance to be on a wild card playoff roster. He's been solid, dude. I don't think we can necessarily, I wouldn't put him in Yankee Stadium in the middle of the 5th inning, the first guy out of the pen, but he's trying to pitch for a playoff roster spot here, so Ronnie's looking pretty good. And I believe he was on the 40-man before September 1st. I'd have to double-check that, but I'm pretty sure he was. So if that was the case, then he is indeed postseason eligible for the Twins. Other random things I kind of noticed throughout the game today for the Twins. Byron Buxton led off for the first time, was able to score from second with ease on a Ryan Jeffers hit, which I thought was good. Buck not necessarily at 100%, but Buck at 70% speed is still faster than, ironically, 90% of everyone else in Major League Baseball. So the fact he was still able to get off second base, get home on time, no biggie, which was good. Played the full game in center field. Carlos Correa got the day off. Maybe Buck gets the day off tomorrow to get him off his feet. Correa back in at shortstop, or maybe even DH, potentially, on Wednesday. But Correa got the day off today after playing yesterday. So a couple other little interesting notes there for the Twins, and they're just trying to keep this team fresh after getting their star players back. Royce Lewis had an awkward check swing. Rocco, the training staff, came out there. They looked at him. You try to shake him off, but it was awkward. Royce has an injury history. Not surprised that Rocco and the staff wanted to go look at him. His status for tomorrow, we'll certainly see. The Twins will be throwing Bailey Ober tomorrow, so the Twins do get a chance to get Bailey Ober, and a chance to probably their best chance to win another game this series is going to be tomorrow. And they're going to likely need 6, if not 7 innings from Bailey. Hell, maybe 8 innings, and you keep him out there for the 3rd time through the order. But Bailey will get the ball tomorrow in Game 3 of the series. That'll be a pivotal one for the Twins. They're going to try to obviously continue to rack up the wins here and get closer to clinching a playoff spot. So hopefully Bailey Ober is able to give them a little bit more life and put the Twins in position to get out of this rut that they're in. They're going to have some big games against Boston. Remember, the Twins have the tiebreaker against Detroit and Seattle. They do not own a tiebreaker against Boston, so they'll need at least 2 wins, I believe, to secure that just traditional head-to-head tiebreaker. If the Twins go 1 of 2, then it's 3-3. Then there's another tiebreaker involved, which I certainly don't want to get involved with, so that'll be interesting to see if that happens. But if the Twins beat Boston, that'll just make life a lot easier. And then the Twins will come back home for their final homestand series, Marlins in Baltimore. Brought this up with Mackie and Judd today on the SKOR North Twins Show, that if the Twins can get home and clinch the playoff spot with Miami in town, that would be ideal. Now, if the Tigers lose today, that magic number goes down to 9, and any combination of a Twins win, Tigers loss at this point bumps the Twins magic number up. So if you can begin the Friday series against Baltimore with the playoff clinched, and likely that's the 6th seed. That's the last seed in the playoffs. Twins most likely going to be lining up against the Houston Astros. That would be the case today if the playoffs ended. Then you can rest everyone. You don't have to burn Pablo, Bailey, any one of your high leverage guys. Everyone can be fresh by the time the postseason wildcard round starts, which would be that Tuesday. If the Twins can get to next Friday, which is 10 days from now, with that playoff spot locked up, I feel better about their playoff chances with everyone not basically running on fumes and burning your best pitchers. So now, yes, you still have to get in the postseason. I'm not saying that if a playoff spot's not locked up by the time Baltimore comes here in 10 days, that you don't do that. But that would be the ideal strategy. By the time the Miami Marlins series ends on that Thursday, can you have that playoff spot locked up so you can rest your stars for basically 4 or 5 days before the postseason starts? We'll see what happens there. Hit the like button, subscribe button. This is the SKOR North Twins Show. Appreciate everyone consuming it over the last few months and this entire season. I know things have been sour, but I've still had a blast doing this. I'll still be providing plenty of access and plenty of great things here on the SKOR North Twins Show going forward. So if you like this content, appreciate you guys supporting us and whatnot. So we didn't have Trevor Plouffe on today. He was actually him and John Boy. They had their button ups. They were doing big meetings down in New York. They were showing off their awesome company. So that's why you didn't see Trevor Plouffe today on our main episode. He was crossing some T's, kissing some babies, dotting some I's, doing all those crazy stuff. But we'll have him back likely next week, of course, and to preview what's been happening with the Twins there. So appreciate everyone listening, watching. This is the SKOR North Twins Show. This is Extra Innings. We'll continue to provide some extra access to across this road trip with all these games really mattering for the Twins. So appreciate you guys. We'll be back soon.